Good day, everybody. Welcome to today's webinar devoted to COVID-19 ventilation-related guidance by ASHRAE and REHVA. Let me first give you a short introduction about the context of the webinar. So related to the COVID-19 pandemic, there is increased evidence that airborne transmission aerosols plays an important role in spreading the COVID-19 in indoor spaces, and that removing those aerosols by ventilation and other technical measures is necessary. And since the beginning of the pandemic, many organizations have produced guidelines. You see a number of these in the slides, REHVA and ASHRAE, to which today's webinar is devoted, but also others like CIPSE or the Indoor Environmental Quality Global Alliance and others. And also with the Air Infiltration and Ventilation Center, we have started a project called Ventilation, Air Tightness and COVID-19, in which we aim to collect, discuss and disseminate information about COVID-19 in relation to ventilation and air tightness. And as one of the first outcomes of this project, we have published a special issue of the AIVC newsletter since last week on the AIVC website, in which we handle a number of frequently asked questions, which are developed by the COVID-19 working group of AIVC. And these frequently asked questions are also posted on the AIVC website. So I invite you to look up this special issue. You'll find also more information about the questions and answers that are developed by other international organizations. I would also like to invite you to let us know in case you have a question about COVID-19 and ventilation that we might address. Also, before we start with the webinar, I would like to remind you about the fact that we have a conference, IAQ 2020, jointly organized by ASHRAE and AIVC. Because of the pandemic, the conference has been postponed until September next year, but we have launched a new call for abstracts. So I invite you to submit abstracts related to indoor environmental quality performance and COVID-19 by the end of December. You can find more information on the ASHRAE website about this conference. And then for today's webinar, this is also one of the outcomes of the AIVC project. So the objective is to present the COVID-19 related guidelines, and more specifically in relation to ventilation by REHVA and ASHRAE, to give an overview of similarities and differences and understand the reasons behind those differences, and to determine the research which is needed to move forward. We have three presentations. After each presentation, you are invited to ask questions. I will give you more information how to do that in a minute. After the presentations by the REHVA and ASHRAE representatives, we will mainly handle technical questions, and we will handle more questions which are prone to debate at the end after the third presentation. So let me then present the speakers for today. First, we'll have Jarek Kornicki, who is chair of the REHVA COVID-19 task force, and explain about the REHVA guidelines. Afterwards, we'll hear Bill Bahnfleth, who is chair of the ASHRAE epidemic task force, and will explain about the ASHRAE recommendations. And finally, Valérie Leprens, who is member of the AIVC COVID-19 working group and also of the ASHRAE epidemic task force. She'll give a presentation discussing the similarities and differences between both guidelines. And I would also like to present you to Maria Kapsalaki from INIVE, who is responsible for the webinar management. So I'd like to close this introduction with some practical notes for the questions that you would like to ask. You need to put these questions into the Q&A box and select to have this question posted to all panelists. So please do not use the chat box or we might miss your question. This webinar is also recorded and will be published in a couple of weeks through the AIVC website. Also at the end of the webinar, you will be redirected to the post-event service, so we would invite you to fill this out for our information. And with that, I have come to the end of my introduction, and I invite Jarek to start with his presentation.